Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling.
It's too big. It's too big for me. My head's too tiny for it.
G'day guys, really bad dubbing coming up for you. We have jumped on the Noble Tours at Coober Pedy, and our first stop is an underground working mine. Yes, we're in opal territory still, so come and join us as we go through Tom's mine. Here our guide Aaron is running us through the opal claim markers. These are posts that indicate the boundaries of a registered opal claim. They're used to ensure that people do not enter or remain on a claim without permission. Now, it's actually not allowed to sleep on your claim. Now, as you can see, it's a super duper high-tech marker. It's got red stripes, a white pole, and 2 pieces of hose. Yep, that's right, just your regular garden hose, and they screw it in. As you can see, the one points at the back points one way and the other one points the other way. So it is that square 90-degree angle at one side of your claim marker. As you can see, Aaron is changing the marker now, so you can see how you would stake out your claim. Pretty cool. It's pretty intricate. It's pretty high tech. Here I just thought you might want to have a look at a giant shaft. And the amount of times I've said the word shaft while in Coober Pedy is outrageous. But here's just some of the mine for you. As you can see, we are now at 12.5 metres or 41 foot underground for the old-timey speak, and we are continuing to descend. Whenever you do a tour and you have a little kid like Stevie, the guide always gives you something cool. So he gave us a torch and also a black light so we could see the opal. So of course, naturally, I borrowed them off Stevie when I could, and I had a little prospect down here hoping to find something that they didn't. Did I find anything? No, but here comes the cutest little kid in the whole wide world. Oh, and Nana, of course. Here our guide Aaron is showing us under light the different colours of opal. It's very hard to pick up on the camera, unfortunately, but it was very cool to see. Opal is found at a specific depth underground called an opal level. It's a vein of opal found in sandstone at a specific depth underground. So the depth of opal can vary depending on the location, but it's usually around 30 metres or 90 feet. On the wall behind Aaron, you can see the word slide. An opal slide is a steep fault or joint in the ground that can cause the ground to slip. It makes it difficult for minders to find opal levels and correlate them. However, they do use slides and other indicators to find opal. And then they use a variety of tools to remove them from the ground, including picks, rotary hammer drills, and a lot of tunnel digging equipment. Bulldozers are used a lot these days, but back in the day, they just used to sink a shaft, and if they found good indicators of opal-rich ground after that shaft has been sunk, they would then start to tunnel out from that main shaft and hopefully strike it rich, sometimes missing out on good opal by only millimetres. What is opal, you ask? It's a multicolored gemstone made of silica and water that displays a rainbow of colors when light passes through it. Here we are now at the Serbian Orthodox Church. It was built in 1993 and it is dedicated to Saint Elijah, the prophet. You can see up top here all of the chimneys that deliver the air into each room in the church. What we're going to discuss now is how this church was tunnelled. You can see that there is several arches there in that big main window and then a big rectangle piece, as well as this smaller door. There is another archway as we pan away from it. Of course, they all have similar archways. And then the rectangle door. Now, Aaron, our guide, is about to explain in hand signals how they do that. What happens is they use a circular tunneling machine and they tunnel the top part first. So that semicircle, they actually bore into it a complete circle, and then they use the square or rectangle tunneling machine to bore the square tunnel. And it's the same here. They've tunneled 5 different circular tunnels and then they go through with the square borer and bore that out. Now we're walking through the church and you can see inside how that works. You can see there that circular tunnel at the top, and then they've come through with the square and just cut that in half so it creates that semicircle. It is absolutely stunning in this church. It has a beautiful entrance with a red carpet walkway and these gorgeous carvings. That are carved straight into the rock itself. They are absolutely stunning. Even though the church is beautiful in its own right, it's a popular tourist attraction because of its underground location. It is also a community hall, a parish house, and a religious school. It is an entire complex that is built underground and is carved in the sandstone between 3 and 17 metres under the ground level, straight into the side of this hill. It is absolutely gorgeous. Have a look at this. Moving on now from the beautiful to the functional. That there is the Coober Pedy power station. It is a diesel generator or several, and that's how they power the entire town, through diesel generators. They do have a couple of wind turbines, but most of it is diesel. We are at the dingo fence. It is 2,150 kilometres long and it forms part of an unbroken barrier that stretches over 5,600 kilometres through South Australia, Queensland and New South Wales. It's the only barrier that prevents dingoes entering the sheep grazing country in the south. So yeah, the South Australian sections is the 2,150 and it's deceptively tall. Like, check this out. Like, it comes up to, my shoulders. It's pretty darn tall, and I'm actually going up on a little embankment, as you can see. So it's pretty damn tall. Look at this. Look how far it stretches off in each direction. Just as far as the eye can see. Come this way. Thank you. And back in the other direction. Let's go have a squeeze. Look at it in this direction. Just extends off into the distance. It's crazy. The longest fence in the world. In the middle of absolutely nowhere. Look at that. It's crazy. We're out at the Moon Plains and we're just getting some photos. And it is very soft to walk out here. You can see the footprints. It's super duper soft. It's crazy. But it's sick. just miles and miles of nothing. And they call it the moon plains, but it's more reminiscent of Mars, don't you reckon? Yeah, bub. Don't you think? I think it's more reminiscent of Mars than the moon. Anyway, I think it's pretty sick. This here is the Breakaways, and we're walking up this little hill to check out one of the most stunning sceneries in all of Coober Pedy. And that photo that you see on the side of the Noble bus tours, have a look at this view when we get to the top. It is amazing. Here is another beautiful rock formation in the Breakaways, and they call it Salt and Pepper. And I guess you can see for obvious reasons. One is white and one is caramel. Anyway, they call it Salt and Pepper, even though it's white and caramel, not white and black. Still beautiful. This is the final stop on our tour, and we get this beautiful lookout over the majestic Breakaways and a glass of beautiful sparkling. How bloody good. Good morning, everyone. We are saying hooroo to Coober Pedy. It was an awesome 4 days. It's a shame we couldn't stay longer, but we've got to punch to Port Augusta for warranty caravan work, so we're going to be travelling fast and we're going to miss everything from here to there because we can't really stop. We've got to be there in 2 days. But other than that, it has been awesome here in Coober Pedy. Check out what's behind me. We stopped at Lake Hart. It's a few hours south of Coober Pedy. The flies are insane here. Stevie and me are getting hammered. And we saw this huge salt pan. We're like, we got to come check this out. It's massive. Have a go at it. They are mental. The flies here are just insane. They're horrible, aren't they, Stevie? So just before there was a snake on the trail. I saw it from too far away to get a camera on it. But there was an Italian couple, and apparently they said it was yellow, but who knows? I mean, we're out here where there's the inland taipan and all that. It's pays not to get too close to him. So luckily we weren't that close. But anyway, I've got to go, otherwise I'm just going to be hammered by flies and they're driving me nuts. I mean, there you go. Lake Hart, Salt Lake, beauty. Onward. I just saw the snake. It's in this bush here. There it is. We're not going to get too close, Stevie. You stay here. See him going around in there. Come here, Stevie, my hand, please. We're going to go the opposite direction to him. I don't know what he is, but yeah, I'd have no doubt. You keep walking, please. It'd be poisonous being Australian. Anyway, there you go. There it is. Brownie. Must be maybe a baby brown. I don't know. Let's leave him alone and go the other way. Come on, Magoo. This is Island Lagoon, and as you can see, there's more salt plains out the back, and no doubt there's salt plains at the front. But you can tell why it's called Island Lagoon, because you got the little island in the middle of the lagoon. How cool is that? There you go. Beautiful. And this is just on the Stuart Highway as you're driving from Coober Pedy towards Port Augusta. You get these big salt lakes. It's pretty amazing to see, actually. It's huge. I love that island. It looks really cool in the middle. Here we go again. Onward. Good evening. You can say hello. Come on.
Hello.
We have stayed at this random little...
Say hello. Let me do it.
Back to me. We've pulled into this little... Just wait, darling. We've pulled into this little roadside area. We wouldn't have known it was here. We had pulled into a designated rest area between Whyalla and Cow, I think it is. Anyway, this guy in a ute pulled in behind us, and then he pulled out, got out, pulled up, got out, and came over to us. So, you know, put the window down a smidge, locked the doors. And he told us that if you go up the road just a little bit on the right, there's these areas with little tracks that you can just tuck into. And this is where we are. So yes, it's just us, and the highway's just there, but it's tucked in, and you wouldn't know we were here because it is nice and secluded. So there's two things here. He's either just a really lovely guy and he's just looking out for the Aussie traveller, or he's a murderer and this is how we die. I think there are only two options, really. So we'll find out, I guess. If you don't hear from us in the morning, we're dead. Send help. Have a look at this little dog, right? All she does is sleep all day and all night.
No, his name is Tisha.
Her name is Tisha, and she likes to bark at Stevie. Tisha, it's all right. What an annoying little rat.
Yes, he is little.
We didn't get killed in our sleep. Yay! Obviously, old mate was a good Samaritan. We are packed up and we are ready to go. We are heading to Port Lincoln, and we're going to be there for a fair while, I think. But yeah, it's a good day when you wake up not dead, isn't it? Let's go. Onward. On the way from Coober Pedy to Port Lincoln, you'll come across this on the road. It is the Royal Flying Doctors Service airstrip. It's their emergency landing here on the highway. How very cool. So no stopping along here in case they need to land. We just passed through Port Augusta and we would have only hit the outskirts, but Mum and I are both KFC fiends. We love our KFC. So we took a slight detour and went and picked up some good old hot and spicy, some chips, and I got the kid a couple of nuggets. Hey, sweets, is it good stuff? I won't let her eat the chicken. You excited, Mum?
Yeah, but yes. Be nice for a change.
Simple questions. All they require are simple answers. Mum never answers the question. Anyway, let's tuck in. Yum! Good morning. We are in Port Lincoln. We are up at Bayview and we have this beautiful, beautiful view of the bay. Have a look. It's absolutely beautiful up here. Yes, it's overcast, but it generally burns off to a bright blue sky a little bit later in the day. So it's going to be good. You'll see us in hoodies at the moment and tracky dacks. Woohoo! Still with thongs on though, because it's cold. So we've gone from 40-degree heat to like a normal temperature, which would be at home, but it's cold. So we have to reacclimatise to normal. I like this. This is beautiful. Mum hates it. But yeah, this is it. It's $20 a night, and all it is just you park up on some grass. There's no amenities, no water, no power. It's just purely, I guess, a safe space to park up. We are on the move down to a caravan park today though, and we're going to go unpowered, and it's $30 a night, and we're going there purely for showers and stuff, so we can use theirs. And it's also closer to the water. Apparently it's good squid fishing off of the jetty or the pier, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to give that a red hot go. And on Saturday it's meant to be hot as, so we might even get the boat off, maybe. How exciting.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.
Good morning, guys. I can't talk too loudly because, as you can see in the background, it is still dark. Everyone's still asleep. And I'm going great white shark cage diving. Yes! It's going to be so sick.
Falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind.